You gotta know when to pack it up. GGFF, go next. Before we get into the video, until I get this YouTube voice down, y'all are just gonna have to suck it up and suffer. I'm trying my hardest, man. Look, I don't know. I've looked up stuff. Apparently, you're just supposed to put your personality into your voice and talk with your chest like you're singing. Now, some people have also said it's a bit of a voice acting. Man, I don't got time to know how to do all that. I'm just gonna figure it out as I go. Anyways, let's get into it. I'm sure all of us have played a video game where surrendering was an option. You know, whether that be MOBAs, shooters, card games, surrendering can feel like that breath of fresh air, allowing you to reset and try again. FF, Go Next, Scoop, 15, etc. They all have negative connotations. However, that's more on the people that have made it that way. Surrendering in-game is not inherently toxic. Allow me to explain. In all of these forms of video games, you can be in unfavorable situations that just don't look winnable. Let's go over some of the most common things I've heard when starting a surrender vote. If you say it's just a norm, I get it, it's a common mindset. But let's ask ourselves, are we really having fun in these situations? If you're 3 and 18,
you have been slain.
Permadying every 30 seconds, getting spawn camped by a Sombra, or having to play around a 5+ Omni negate board, that's your definition of fun. And you know, given that it's just the norm, there's nothing to lose by going next. If you are in a highly unfavorable situation, why would you waste another 10 to 30 minutes of your life to lose? Now, I'm not saying you lose pissed around, get a bad hand, lose a team fight, etc., and immediately mental boom. I'm referring to the point in game where it's about a fourth to about half the way through, and it would take a miracle from whatever deity you believe in for you to win the game. If you think that everything is winnable, if the team just locks in and does this, and that, and we all become Rambo magically.
Like, even though I only have a mat on the floor, I think he's in the bed. Oh, Faker maybe in trouble here. Deathmark tries to clean it up for Ryu. Oh, look at the cleanse, look at the moves. Faker, what was that? Faker with a huge play.
Most of the games with the surrender function have multiple variables that go on in game. You can't account for everything. You don't know exactly what each enemy is going to do or when they're going to do it. If you don't go next to learn, that's valid. You should want to improve basic game sense or learn a new character. I get it. It's fun locking in something new, seeing if there's anything else out there in the ocean for you. However, it's essential to recognize when it's hindering enjoyment and growth. And my main problem when people say this is this. Now, I'm not the greatest player on the planet. I'm lying, I am, by the way. But if I queue comp in most of these elos, I'd assume that people know the character that they're playing and have a decent amount of game knowledge / game sense, which would infer to me that you also have enough intellect in this game to know that it's not winnable. Like, you know a winning situation, you know losing situations. Why are you holding me hostage? In conclusion, at the end of the day, we play games to have fun. And if that's absent in your game, just go next. I've been in situations where I'm the player that thinks it's winnable, but if some or even one of the people or friends I queued with is permadying, not learning anything, or just not having fun, I'm not going to hold them hostage and force them to keep playing. I think that's just as toxic as the players who mental boom, stop trying, and end up just inting your games anyways. So, next time you're in a situation not wanting to go next, regardless of if it's comp or a norm, ask yourself, am I really having fun? And if so, am I the only one having fun? Going next doesn't just apply to games. It applies to real life too, especially when you're stuck in something that feels like a loading screen that never ends. Friendships, relationships, even family ties. If it's bad for you, it's okay to leave. It's okay to choose peace. Sticking around in a bad relationship isn't noble. It's not romantic, and it doesn't mean you're strong. It just means you're slowly setting yourself on fire and hoping the other party notices the smoke. Some of y'all are looking like prime JJK TikTok, talking about all this potential that your partner has. Well, they're not always like this, but when it's good, it's so good. Yeah, and when it's bad, it's you picking up the pieces, you questioning your worth, you staying up late trying to figure out what you did wrong when they barely reflect on what they did at all. And I get it, I really do. You've invested time, emotion, energy, maybe even you've made excuses for them. You've convinced yourself that this is the best it gets. But I'm here to tell you that if someone makes you feel like you're hard to love, they're not the one. Love should not feel like a performance review. People will also say love is hard work. Sure, but it shouldn't feel like a full-time job with no pay, no benefits, and no days off.
Day is never finished. Master got me working. Someday Master set me free.
It takes guts to leave something familiar, even if it's painful, but growth is uncomfortable. Leaving doesn't mean you gave up. It means you recognized your worth. Just like in everyone's favorite game, League of Legends, baby. You can waste time trying to salvage something that's already lost, or you can queue up for something better. I say all this to say, you're allowed to go next in life. In fact, you're supposed to. And when you do, it's not you quitting. It's self-improvement. I'll leave y'all with this though. Just remember, the next chapter doesn't start until you stop rereading the last one.
Lock me up in your love. Guess I thought I was enough. Guess we can agree to disagree. That I was down for you, but you didn't love